What's up, folks? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about the good, the bad, and the interesting in crypto news. I'm going to get straight into it. Before I do, as always, I update the spreadsheet. These are the first 26 coins I held, and the first 26 coins I spoke about on the channel. Had you invested $100 into each of these when I release videos about them, and you're still holding all that crypto, you'll be in profit for over 38 grand. These are not the coins I hold anymore. If you want to see the coins I hold, come check out Copy My Cryptos, where I share every coin I buy, every coin I sell, and how I'm preparing in terms of if I'm going to be making any big buys when the market's down, or if the market's starting to rally, if I'm taking profits. Whatever it is, I share everything with everyone. So if you want to know exactly what I'm doing and it help guide you in terms of what you're doing, then obviously you can click the link in the description and check it out. One thing I do keep reiterating, guys, is build a list of coins you're excited about. I've been building a list of coins that I'm excited about for the long term for a few years, because when a bear cycle kicks in, they're going to be brilliant investments, and if they've retraced enough, still hitting the roadmap targets and everything else, then they've got a shot of 50x's or more. So if you want to be a part of that and make those gains, click the link in the description and check it out. Right. We're in an interesting time at the moment. So this particular month, guys, there is, the minutes came out. Well, the minutes came out for effectively what was discussed at the Fed, and the tapering is happening, and that's going to be happening at like twice the speed of the tapering that happened between 2017 and 2019. I've spoken about this before. What ends up happening after a tapering announcement is a taper tantrum month. That seems to be where we're at in the market right now. There's definitely downward pressure in the market. When you look at the S&P 500, that's down. When you look at Bitcoin, that's experiencing downward pressure as well. And I think we're probably looking at that for the majority of this month. What we do know from history, 95% of the time that a taper tantrum month has occurred, the following month those losses have been recouped within stock markets. So as crypto and the stocks are pretty well correlated, we should expect something similar. Although obviously May has always been a bit of a weird month in crypto, but with June coming up and Ethereum's proof of stake migration, there's a lot to be intrigued about. But I think we're going to see a fair few FUD stories this month. So I'll run over a couple of the FUD, a couple of the interesting, a couple of the positive, and some of the interesting. So the FUD, I mean, this, to be fair, I agree with. So Pascal Gauthier, I hope I'm not butchering his name, who runs Ledger, has highlighted that there is a serious risk of mass surveillance by the proposals by the EU. The EU, for anyone that didn't see, basically stated that, look, any transaction above $1,000 has to be registered, or €1,000 has to be registered. Very, very odd. Very, very odd, because you don't have to do that in a bank. So why do you have to do that with crypto? And yeah, 0.15% of crypto transactions last year were involved with illicit addresses. So obviously, that doesn't inform of all crimes, but there are doubts that it's going to be even 1%. So it is nothing. It doesn't even touch what's happening in banks. So there's a real frustration there, because this whole BS claim of crypto is used to avoid sanctions or avoid paying your way, participating in money laundering, all that. Guys, that happens in banks. Banks are the leaders for that. No one else. But anyway, Gauthier said that the MEP's good intentions will backfire and encourage a police state where everyday payments with crypto are tracked and stored. That claim is also something MEPs reject. MEPs are the members of the European Parliament, by the way. Although the changes could make it more difficult for people to hide their identity. And his point was, imagine you have a wallet, your leather wallet, and you've got cash in it. Now, every time that you're going to pay in cash somewhere, you have to flash your ID, and they're going to note down your name. That's not a world I want to live in. And it's sort of the same principle. And that narrative is not good. I don't really like what the EU have been pushing in this regard. So we're going to see how that plays out. But yeah, they've been certainly not been considered in their approach to sort of trying to legislate and regulate crypto. It's foolhardy, and I think we're going to see a rise in fees from exchanges because exchanges have apparently required by law to go to highlight any transaction above €1,000, which is a lot of transactions. That's an administrative cost that comes onto those exchanges. And who ends up paying that administrative cost? It won't be them, it'll be us, the users. So other bad news, obviously, India introduced some really crappy laws around the taxes for crypto. And since those laws were introduced, we've seen a huge nosedive in trading volume in India. So the new tax law came into effect on April 1st, and the volumes of 4 Indian exchanges were analysed. Data revealed a drop of 72% on WazirX, 59% on ZebPay, 52% on CoinDCX, and 41% on BitBNS. Staggering. And the trading volumes were in US dollars, but yeah, it really hit hard. So the crypto tax law enforces 30% tax on profits from crypto transactions, and it doesn't allow you to offset the losses from your crypto transactions. And there's a 1% deducted at source liability that will take effect in July the 1st. So there's a lot of crap coming out of from the laws that's been produced by India. And it's definitely having a negative impact on the market. So yeah, that's again another negative news story, really. And I expect that will probably maintain for a while until either there's a new government or they reconsider their position, which I don't think that's likely. Luna bought up, now holds 40,000 Bitcoin after a weekend purchase. So Luna Foundation Guard bought $173 million worth of Bitcoin over the weekend. And obviously Bitcoin has continued its downward trajectory and probably will do for a while. Like I said, we're in a taper tantrum month, and the charts don't look particularly positive right now. But we'll see if this continues. They also purchased $200 million of Avalanche. They want Avalanche within their treasury, effectively as like a reserve assets for their stablecoin. So again, really big move from Luna. They've got serious plans here, which bodes well for its long-term perspective. From a long-term perspective. And then Binance just made a couple interesting moves. Binance have got in principle approval to operate as a crypto broker dealer in Abu Dhabi. So lot of money in Abu Dhabi, lot of money. So they've received in principle approval for financial services permission from the Financial Services Regulatory Authority of the Abu Dhabi global market. The company has received approval in Bahrain and is reportedly in talks to gain one in Dubai. Upon the successful completion of its ADGMFSRA application, Binance said it will then be able to offer its services regarding virtual asset offerings to customers across the Middle East and North Africa region through a subsidiary, Binance AD Limited. So again, really strong moves from Binance, which they've doubled down on by poaching their lead official at the FCA. So the FCA is Britain's financial watchdog, the Financial Conduct Authority. they've been a pain in the arse for most people for a very long time. But Stephen McWhirter left the regulator after a more than 9-year tenure, where he held a number of fintech-related roles. Most recently worked as a strategy and an engagement manager in the data, technology, and innovation division. And he's basically said, I've been very fortunate in my time at the FCA to be involved in many national, European, and global policy initiatives and debates, particularly in respect of financial services, regulation of technology, where working with many great regulators, firms, and global bodies gave me a ringside seat during a fascinating period in policy making. So he has now been poached, and he is now working with Binance. And, on top of that, we've seen CZ recently wooing a number of the government officials at Westminster. This is, again, a really strong move, because we've seen that so far, the Bank of England's fintech chief had left to join custody platform Fireblocks. Last year, Austrian exchange Bitpanda also hired former FCA official Matthias Bauer-Langartner as a managing director for UK and Ireland. And we've also seen Philip Hammond, who's the ex-chancellor of the Exchequer, join Copper as a senior advisor last year. So Binance hasn't returned requests for comment, but this is a big move again, because fundamentally, these crypto exchanges and these big boys are aligning themselves with the right people, with the right influence in the UK government. UK are not part of the EU anymore, so those EU those EU rules that have been, irresponsibly voted through, don't apply to the UK, and the UK are actually looking to be a hub for crypto, and CZ is clearly, all these big institutions have clearly got a plan in place to cozy up to these MPs to hopefully get legislation that's actually not going to be too expansive, and hopefully is going to be better to push innovation. So this could be good news. But that is it. There's all the crypto news stories of the day, guys. This month I see we could have a number of FUD stories coming our way. I think it's probably going to happen because it's coinciding with a taper tantrum month. So these kind of things, we always see negative stories at the same time that something's not going well. So I'm expecting a lot of FUD over the next few weeks. A lot. But what do you think, guys? What do you think? How do you feel about Terra strengthening Avalanche positions, Bitcoin positions, so that their treasuries and their reserve assets are that strong? That's a big long-term signal for me that they are here to stay. Yeah. Let me know what you think about any of those stories in the comments section. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you know when new content is coming out. And take it easy, guys. Anyway, if you're new to crypto, come check out Copper Crypto. Or if you've been in crypto a while, come check it out. It's where I share every coin I buy, every coin I sell, how I'm perceiving the market, and what I'm preparing to do at any given time. Along with when a bear cycle fully kicks in, there's huge retracements. I'm going to be sharing the coins that I think have massive, massive potential to do 50x gains, 100x gains. So if you want to hear what they are, click the link in the description and check it out.